Hi everyone, this is Mike, and with me is my wife, Ideen. Say hi.
Hi.
And we are here to review the movie, which I just saw. Memoirs of a Geisha. This is one of her favorites, and I just saw this today, just now. So I'll let her do a summary of the plot, and then we'll both give you our thoughts. So, honey, give us a brief plot of the film.
Memoirs of a Geisha is pretty much of a movie of following the life of a little girl. It shows her from the beginning when she's only like 9 years old and to the point where she is now a full-blown geisha. Many years have passed and she still, how do I put it? She still has this lovelorn, there's a whole bunch of different factors involved in this. It also goes through World War II, so there's a time where she's not a geisha, but I don't want to get into too many details. There are a lot of there's just a lot of things going on. You have to pay attention pretty well, and there are a couple of Japanese words in there that could probably throw you off. So subtitles are probably a good idea.
Yeah. So now we're going to get into our opinions of it. You want to give your opinion first? You want me to give mine first?
You give yours.
Okay. This is basically on the surface, it's a love story. It's a simple love story on the surface. But that's not what this is really about. What this is about is an in-depth study of what it is to be a geisha. And I thought it was pretty interesting because I didn't really know a lot about geishas until I saw this. And the thing that's so interesting about that is we don't really get a lot of female-based stories from an Asian type of perspective. Usually when we get the Japanese-style stories in the States, they're usually male-based. They're usually about ninjas or samurais, or they're ghost stories and stuff like that. Whenever
The Grudge.
Stuff like that. Usually when we tell these feminine types of stories, they're usually from a Western perspective. They're usually from the Victorian era, and things like that. We don't really get that type of these girly types of stories from an Eastern Japanese type of perspective. And also, another thing that's unique about it is that it was made by Western filmmakers. It was directed by Rob Marshall, who directed Chicago. And the thing is the Japanese, they make they make films that take place in America all the time, but we rarely do the same in return. So this is a film that not only does that in return, that takes place in Japan, but it recreates that era in that country so authentically well. If they made the language in Japanese, you would think it was made by Japanese people, like behind the scenes, directing wise and stuff. You would have no idea it was directed by, a non-Japanese director, because they nailed
Dog.
They nailed that aspect very well. I was really impressed with that.
Oh, yeah.
And one more thing I want to say is having Ken Watanabe as a romantic lead. I never thought I'd ever see him do that, and he did that really well. So what did you think about it, honey? I know it's one of your favorites.
Mamaha is the woman from Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
Awesome.
Yeah. So that was kind of cool. I've seen this movie many, many times. I absolutely love it. It fascinates me. There's something about the geisha world that's absolutely amazing, and just the whole Japanese culture of it is catching to me. I've seen this movie many times, like I said, and my favorite is still watching it with the commentaries. You learn a lot more about the storyline and watching it with a little bit more knowledge of what the story was going for, they wanted it. And in the beginning, you learn very quickly about the rivalry, between Chiyo and Hatsumomo.
Well, I haven't seen the commentary yet. Listen to the commentary. I'll have to do that. But yeah, this may not be for all of my audience. If you guys are for action junkies, I wouldn't recommend it. But for those of you who are interested in culture and in learning about new cultures, especially if you're into like learning about Asian culture in particular, Japanese culture, it's definitely worth a recommendation for that alone. So we recommend it, and hopefully you guys will check it out. Thumbs up from us. Anything you want to say before we end this video?
Give it a chance. If you're not really big on romantic drama or into the culture, I understand. But if you have some sort of interest in any of this, I suggest you give it a chance. Just try it, and see if it catches your eye.
Yeah, give it a shot, and let us know what you think in the comments below. And that's all we got for now. And this is Mike, and
I'm Ideen.
And yeah, we're the Ferrises, and we will talk to you next time. Bye.
Bye.